Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Kevin back for another video. Today I'm getting outside and doing something a little different, but I want to give you a golden nugget that will hopefully make sure you don't miss out on any more of life's great opportunities. So the other day I was doing what I do best, catching up on YouTube, following up on people's videos and comments. There's a lot of people I enjoy watching, like Peter McKinnon, Daniel Schiffer, Candidly Sharon H, Nita Peef, Awareness with Andrew, and a bunch of others. And I came across a video by a guy by the name of Javi. I know who some of you must know who Javi is because I see you down in the comments. Now, what was interesting about this video was him doing a talk about reaching his first 100 subscribers. And for those of you who have even attempted to do YouTube, you know that reaching your first 100 subscribers is a complete milestone that anyone should be happy about. But moreover, from his 100 subscribers, what I was really taken aback by in his video was a quote that he had referenced. And that quote basically said that you should not let perfection be the enemy of progress. Now, I don't know who the credit belongs to for coming up with that quote, where it even came from, but I hadn't heard it before. But when I did hear it, I immediately had to sort of sit down, hit the pause button, recline in my chair, and just ponder for a minute. See, because how many times in life do we put off doing things because we're waiting for the perfect timing, the perfect person, the perfect job, the perfect situation, the perfect day? Perfect. Now, depending on who you speak to, some people think that there is such a thing as perfection, and some would argue to the contrary. Now, regardless of what side of the argument you sit on when it comes to perfection, I want you to do me a favor, and for the rest of this video, I want you to sit back and think about this one question. What is your BATNA?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Your BATNA. See, in the world of negotiations, BATNA is an acronym that stands for Best Alternative to a Negotiated Agreement. See, if that thing that you're hoping for doesn't come through to complete satisfaction or to complete perfection, if you will, what is the most advantageous alternative that you would accept? I want you to think about that. See, to the person that's waiting for everything to be perfect in order to do whatever it is that you want to do or start whatever it is you want to do, you could be waiting a long time, missing out on opportunities because you're waiting for just one sole focus on one desired outcome. But to the person who also believes that there is no such thing as perfection, they may also not strive for much because they can't find in themselves anything worth striving for and accepting mediocrity, which obviously isn't good either. Now, ultimately, perfection is based on personal perception. See, this is why one person can think someone is a complete hottie, and to someone else, that person looks like Chewbacca. Now, if perception dictates perfection, then internally, we all negotiate with ourselves as to what it is we will or won't accept. Now, let me just give you a quick real-life example of where having a BATNA is important. Because I want to be able to tie all of this together. So I once was recruited, or I once had a recruiter, reach out to me on LinkedIn looking to fill a role for one of their clients. And they had found me on LinkedIn, they reached out to me, and although I wasn't really looking for a job at that point, I figured out, hey, what the heck, what can I lose? Let me just see what they have to say. So I went through the entire job interview, the job selection process, and then they came back to me offering me this position. So I was excited, of course. I was feeling pretty good about myself. I feel like I gave them all the reasonings as to why I was worth the job and worth the salary that I was asking. But they did come back to me and proposed a salary that wasn't perfect. Now, while it was relatively in the range, it wasn't what I was asking for. So I had a decision to make. Is it to be a perfectionist and and insist or else, and then walk away, or have no standard and just accept what they're offering me. But I had a BATNA. And so by this point, I really knew that I wanted this job. It seemed like a really great company. I was excited to join them. But I didn't want to miss out on this opportunity because I was so stuck on that salary. So instead of being stuck on that salary, what I did was I started to negotiate other tangibles that I knew could make up for that reduction in salary. And so my BATNA, I started to negotiate things such as an additional week's vacation. I also looked at asking them to foot the cost for me to attend an annual industry event that happened every year. And then also was able to negotiate with them to slightly enhance the bonus incentive that came along with this position. See, I knew that all of these things combined would total roughly what it was I was looking for in compensation, and what I was insisting on. And each one of these things actually was at a cost to the company, and ultimately a benefit to me. So over the course of time, accepting this position really was a significant boost to me financially, and it also helped me to propel into future senior positions that I had applied to be in. And obviously I've left this company since that time, so it definitely proved to be well worth the move. So now let me just tie all this together for you really quickly. You see, we often miss out on great opportunities and let them walk away from us because we're expecting everything to be perfect and everything to be exactly the way we want it to be. But there really is an importance to preparing yourself to knowing what your BATNA is. When things aren't perfect, not letting perfection be the enemy of your progress. See, if you intend to lose 20 pounds, you got to ask yourself, would I be just as happy to lose 15? Maybe, you want to start a t-shirt company, but you're waiting and wanting to have a full-fledged storefront location. You want all the finances and the capital to do it. But what's wrong with starting off in a flea market? Or maybe, similar to my story, you're at a point where you're debating a salary offer that someone's giving to you and you're stuck on that salary number. You might turn it down, but maybe you need to ask for something else. See, not everything is based upon perfection, based upon what you want, but sometimes you got to have alternatives that can help sweeten the pot as well. See, if you're still here watching this video, I want you to do two very specific things for me. Number one, I'd ask that you, if you haven't already done so, go in, hit the subscribe button, turn on the bell notification so you're aware of all these new videos that I put out. And then, of course, while you're there, just hit the like button. It's pretty much that easy. But even more seriously, number two, more importantly, I'd like to help you come up with your BATNA. Is there something that you're debating, that you're wondering if you should accept it or not accept it, and you're trying to come up with something that might help you sweeten the pot so you don't have to wait for perfection and miss out on a possible opportunity? I want you to do that in the comments. Let me know what they are. Until then, until next time, peace and love.